Hello everybody, this is pt.100 and welcome back to some more Miles Edgeworth is turning investigations to the Prosecutor's Path, the Forgotten Turnabout. In the previous episode, we saw that somebody had pushed K off of the building, and we saw the aftermath of this. In addition to the name K, apparently the victim that we're seeing here is also named K. What's going on? I don't know. We tried to get our K's memories back, and she remembered a little bit, but not too much. If you like what you see, leave a like down below, comment if you have anything to say, subscribe to me if you haven't already, and share with your friends so they can join in on this investigation. April 5th, 2:36 p.m., Grand Tower PIC meeting room. This room is... Will this room happen to be... Yes, sir! It's the Prosecutorial Investigation Committee's meeting room. What? It's here? I had heard they recently moved onto the prosecutor's building. But to think that they moved here, of all places. Mr. Edgeworth, Kay. What brings you here? How are you holding up? We're in the middle of investigation right now. Sorry, but who might this be? This is my granny. Let me just...
Hi there, Sonny. Name's Bonnie Young. Who the heck are you?
She says. It's a pleasure to meet you. My name is Miles Edgeworth. I'm a prosecutor. Miss Jensen, isn't Young the name of... Granny is the director of the Da Young Hospital. This old lady is the director?
Who you calling old?
She says. Well, she can read my thoughts?
Oh, so that Granny is pretty important, huh?
I wouldn't go that far. I mean, yes, she is. These people are the patient's guardians. You know, the one with amnesia. It seems she's a bit of an introvert.
Hey, Sonny. Hey, Sonny, want me to cure that bad case of frowning, she says? For you, she says?
I'm afraid that's an incurable disease for Mr. Edgeworth, pal. Really, Granny? You want me to say that?
I ain't got nothing to say to you whippersnappers. You're free to do whatever you want. But you better not get in the way of my autopsy.
Please wait. Where?
No means no. Hey, you don't have the right to decide that, pal.
Sorry. Granny's the coroner, you see. And she's in charge of this case, so...
Ouch!
Sorry. Getting my voices confused. So I'm very sorry, but that's the way it is.
What do you mean, that's the way it is, pal?
Well, even if you ask me, I'm not the one who said it.
I kind of feel like I'm watching a comedy act, sir.
Well, we need to get back to the autopsy, so please excuse us, and take care.
What's with her attitude?
We received permission to investigate. There shouldn't be any problems.
That attitude of hers is a pretty huge problem, sir.
Mr. Edgeworth, what do we do now? We'll investigate the scene, of course. As a prosecutor, I cannot stand by and do nothing. Well then, let's begin. But the policeman said that the dead person is also named Kay. Then I'm pretty sure I'm not the Kay that you know, Mr. Edgeworth. We shall investigate that now. But don't worry. There's no question that you are the Kay that I know. Okay. An amnesiac K and a corpse K. Both are connected to the Grand Tower. I'm certain that this case will lead me to Kay's lost memories. Alright, let's see. Oh, well, we know where... Oh, good. Right in front of the goddess of law. Great. This is Lady Justice. You sure do know a lot, sir. So, what kind of powers does she have? She's a symbol of justice, not a superhero. It is said that the scales represent justice. The sword? Justice, the sword... Oh, okay. My bad. It's said that the scales represent justice, the sword, power, and the blindfold, equality. I won't rest until I've inspected every nook and cranny. Interesting. Because I only see one thing that needs investigating. A pool of blood lies at the feet of the goddess statue. Judging from the pool of blood, it looks like this was where the victim was killed.
But sir, the body is over there.
After murdering the victim, did the killer move the body?
This is a really huge statue. Why is it in a place like this?
She's known as the goddess of justice. You might call it a statue for judging prosecutors. Seems the statue was also made by Pierre O'Kay.
Oh, you mean the victim of the IS-7 incident, Isaac Dover?
Setting aside his background and personality, he really was a brilliant sculptor.
Well, did you say that artists are either geniuses or weirdos?
I suppose Mary would fall into the latter category. It doesn't seem like there's anything else to investigate. Can we investigate the body at least? You there. Tell me the situation about the security of this room. Yes, sir! To enter this room, a special keycard is required. I see. In other words, not just anyone can enter this room. We'll take that logic. So, the person who found the body was also... Yes, it was a member of the PIC who had come here for today's hearing. A member of the PIC. If not for this case, right now I would be... Hey! Look who it is! Wow! Hold on. That's a little better. You are? Oh yes, what is it?
That voice, it's Von Karma, right?
Do you know her, Granny? Good to see you again, Doctor. And you as well, Miles Edgeworth. What is she doing here? Franziska von Karma. She is a prosecutor working with Interpol and the daughter of Manfred von Karma. She should be jetting around the world right now. Wherever this is the case, I will follow. National borders mean nothing before me. Your presence here must mean that the case has international significance. You know well enough that I'm chasing a smuggling ring. I shall recover all the stolen goods and crush that organization. Then does that mean the smuggling ring is also involved in this particular case? Any further information is confidential. I'm not obligated to speak with it with you. So it won't be that easy. I'm Miss Franziska von Karma. Granny says...
The autopsy is complete. You're free to do what you want.
In that case, we would like to investigate as well.
I've heard rumors about you. There's no way I'm letting you near that body. You're the prosecutor who's about to get the boot. You're best run home now, Sonny.
Just so you know, I wasn't the one who said that.
But please, Granny, we need to investigate. No matter what. Hey, Lassie, who are you calling Granny? I'm sorry.
We're not getting anywhere. I guess I have no other choice. Franziska, please allow us to aid you in your investigation. We must examine that body in order to find out what happened to Kay. So Kay Faraday.
I'm asking you too, sir. Kay's in real bad shape.
I don't know what's going on. But fine, I'll grant you permission. You have my thanks. Of course, I didn't say it would come without a price. You will explain everything to me later. We really owe you one, sir. I wasn't talking to you, Scruffy. Ouch! So that's how it is. If you would be so kind as to authorize them to, Doctor.
I suppose it's fine if he's working with a prosecutor for Interpol,
is what she says, and I fully agree with Granny. By the von Karma name, the entire world will be judged. That's just common knowledge. It's rather conceited for common knowledge.
Well, it's none of my beeswax anymore,
is what she says. I do hope you don't get into trouble for this. You need it very. My reputation will not be shaken by something so petty. Unlike me, who is on the verge of losing his badge. Begin investigation officially now. I'd say talk to Von Karma first. Yes, what is it? Alright. Francisca, why are you here when you were supposed to be working with Interpol? Curious, aren't you? But it's confidential. I have no obligation to tell you. Her response was as I expected. More importantly, shouldn't there be a prosecutor in charge of this matter case? I don't know who it is, but I was hoping it wouldn't be someone completely useless. They're not even here yet. They're late. Just what is that fool doing? Ouch! I have nothing to do with it, sir. I wouldn't think it's very commendable just to whip people at random. I swing, therefore I whip. That is my philosophy. I will whip anyone who slacks off in their work. To the yet unseen prosecutor in charge, I hereby offer you my sympathies in advance. Gee, I wonder who... Oh, this is gonna be good. Oh, this is gonna be good. I'm at the case at the PSC meeting room. Since you asked to cooperate in the investigation, I do hope you will be able to produce results. Naturally, why do you think I'm here? Well, now that you mention it, why are you here exactly? That's right, she still doesn't know about my PSC hearing today. The circumstances behind it are deeper than the sea, sir. Allow me to explain on Mr. Edgeworth's behalf. Ouch! Miles Edgeworth, I do not care about your circumstances. All that matters now is reaching the truth of this case. Am I wrong? Indeed, there's some truth in what you say.
You ask me, I don't think that is totally wrong.
Ouch! I'll say this. Whipping people is easier than being buried.
But being on the receiving end of the whip isn't easy. Ouch!
Judging from your exchange just now, I take it that you've met Dr. Young before. How astute, Miles Edgeworth. That's right. She is an old acquaintance of mine. Back then, it's a long story. Seems she doesn't intend to tell me any more. I shall leave it at that, then.
So what happened back then? Please tell me about it, sir. Ouch!
A foolish fool shamelessly prying into other people's business. What's what you say, Scruffy?
How cruel. Whipping me out of the blue. With great whip comes great responsibility, sir.
One good whip deserves another. The Scruffy fool gets the whip. Try harder with this whip bait.
Ouch!
It appears I was right to leave it at that. I've missed Von Karma. Alright, let's talk to Kay.
Yes, can I help you with something? This is an amazing room. There are large boxes filled with books, a stone sculpture, and sparkly windows.
Seems you have also forgotten the names of objects. This might be helpful for recovering your memories. Just repeat after me. Bookcase.
Broken safe.
Stained glass.
Stolen goods.
Books on the law.
Crooks on the lamp.
Statue of the goddess.
Statute of the great thief.
Are those mistakes biased towards a certain way? Interesting. Okay, until a few days ago, you were calling myself your assistant. Looking at me, is there anything that you remember?
Things I remember, huh? Well, yes, just one thing. Mr. Edgeworth on the viewing platform above us.
Oh?
You pointed at me, and then...
Yes?
With a really scary face, you interrogated me.
That happened just a few minutes ago!
Oh, poor Kay. Tell Mr. Edgeworth badgering you for contradictions is your only memory. Must be scary, pal. Hopeless. The end of the world, pal.
I should show this detective what true terror is. Okay, before you lost your memories, you got along well with Detective Gumshoe.
Does looking at me help you remember anything, pal?
Do I remember anything?
I know. For a while now, Mr. Edgeworth has been getting on your case. But that's not a memory. That's just a pleasant part of my daily life. Isn't that right, Mr. Edgeworth?
Oh, so Detective Gumshoe thinks it's pleasant. Seems I'll have to get on this case even more from now on. So weird. Alright, what about the two of you?
You sonnies want something?
Is what she says. Miss Jensen, could you tell me about your relationship with Dr. Young?
Yes, ever since I was little, I've always been together with Granny. Whenever I got lost, she would search for me until it got dark. And whenever I fell down, she would watch over me until I could get up on my own.
What a charming story. Sounds like she is quite the grandmother's child.
And after I became a nurse, whenever I'm about to make a mistake with my injections... Not there, there, she says as she grabs the needle and... Ouch! Ouch! Just hearing it hurts, pal.
Just keep those stories to yourself.
Anyway, as long as I have Granny by my side, there's no nursing I can't do.
I see. I fully understand. Thank you for your cooperation. Regardless of her charming story, they do seem to share a very close-knit bond.
Dr. Young, you sure are a masterful coroner, pal. You work with such blinding speed and you make no wasted movements. What does Sonnies know about autopsies? You don't know the first thing about my work.
Allow me to apologize for his rudeness. I'll be the one to reprimand him later.
Listen up, young'un. It was my duty to perform the autopsy quickly and accurately. That's why I have no patience with those who get in the way of my work.
I like the face that Karen makes when she's imitating her grandmother.
Is what she says. Are you satisfied?
Yes, very much so. We only wish to investigate. We have no desire to get in your way. Looks like Dr. Young's stubbornness comes from her devotion to her work.
The Dying Hospital is a splendid hospital and Granny's in charge of it. Well, how about it? Would you like to be admitted and experience it for yourself? That's right. Right now, there's an opening in our hospital suite with an outdoor spa.
We're in good health. There's obviously no need for us to be hospitalized.
That's right. We're perfectly healthy, pal. That's our sole redeeming feature.
Just what does he mean by that?
Well, you see, the Dying Hospital accepts healthy patients. We're currently in the middle of our full of life, healthy hospital stays campaign. Those without injury or illness can stay at our hospital for half the price.
Why would you need to stay at a hospital if you're healthy?
This is the chance of a lifetime, so what do you say? Hospital stay, hospital stay. You know, an outdoor spa at half price does sound like a good deal.
Don't fall for it!
I'm running into some really wacky characters.
It's half of a large round table with 11 chairs. It seems to be based off a certain legend.
Oh, the Knights of the Round Table, right?
Yeah.
So close. So close. I know that one, sir. It's the famous Knights of the Brown Table. Huh? Was I wrong? Knights of the Clown Table? Knights of...
They actually went for that reference. The knights who say "nee." It's getting colder, but I won't say anything. This body?
It's not Kay, sir. It doesn't look like her at all.
Of course it isn't. Kay is alive after all. Her age is, I'd guess, around 30, and she's wearing a pantsuit. Maybe she worked in one of the offices in this building. So her identity is still unknown. The question now becomes, why did the police believe her name was Kay? I won't rest until I've inspected every suspicious looking nook and cranny. I see a credit card. There is a burn mark on her hand.
Is it connected to the cause of death?
No, it appears to be an old scar. She probably got it a long time ago. It seems like there's something in her hand. Detective, could you open her hand for me?
Yes, sir, understood.
Oh no.
This is... Oh, I know. This must be a gift card from the department store. Yo!
Seems to be a key card.
Why?
The question is, what was that key card for? I'll finish that logic point later. I see a candelabra. Could this be the murder weapon, sir? A three-pronged candelabra. It's consistent with the number of stab wounds. She was probably stabbed by the prongs of the candelabra.
A candy zebra?
I'm afraid it's not quite what you're imagining, Detective. A candelabra is a candlestick holder with multiple arms.
Ah, so it's a candle holder. You know, one time I forgot to pay my electric bill, and I had to get one, get by only with candles.
What time period are you from? It's better if you don't ask. The left side of her white jacket has been stained with a deep red. This jacket, the buttons are on the right side.
Isn't that normal, sir?
All my clothes have buttons on the right side. For women, it's normal to have them on the left side.
Mr. Edgeworth, you really do know everything.
It's just common knowledge. There doesn't seem to be anything out of place. There's something white in her pocket.
They're gloves, pure white ones, one for each hand.
They don't seem to be dirty. Could they be the victims? This notebook!
Huh? Isn't that Kay's promise notebook?
This is the notebook she wrote all her promises to her father in. It really takes me back, sir. Yes. But never take things from a stranger, never go anywhere with a stranger. When Kay was young, she and her father wrote the promises they made in the notebook. Promise 3, always greet people with a smile, even people you don't know. Promise 4, never cry in front of strangers. Promise 5, always try your hardest to learn about things you don't understand. However, why is it in a place like this?
Now that you mention it, I once heard something from Detective Bat a long time ago. It seems that before anyone had noticed, Kay's memento had gone missing.
What? So a piece of evidence that was in police custody and that went missing.
Detective Bat frantically searched all over for it, but it seems he never found it.
What could this mean? Why was the missing notebook found here? You there, do you happen to know anything about this notebook? The victim was carrying this notebook when we found her. That was the only evidence we had to identify the body. So that's why you called it Kay.
What a misleading victim, huh? Why did she have Kay's notebook?
I sure would like to have some information on the victim's identity, though. Alright, we still got more. She's wearing something. Something seems to be pinned to a jacket. It's made of purple cloth. Looks like it's been forcibly torn off, though, doesn't it? Okay, so we can deduce, but let's look at her face real quick. There's some blood on her head. Maybe she was hit with something. We don't know that for sure. Our investigation will ultimately clear that up. Alright, so let's do the deductions. I'll use my mouse for this. Damn it. There we go. Is this spot somehow connected to any of the evidence I hold? Yes, indeed it is. The purple flower Kay had with her. I wonder if that originally belongs to the victim. Now that you mention it, the claw does look the same as the one on the pin. Yes, let's compare them without delay.
It's a perfect match, sir. Way to go, Mr. Edgeworth.
The fact that this flower belongs to the victim means that can only mean Kay Faraday came in contact with the victim. And about that corsage, it looks like it was forcibly ripped off. There is a possibility that Kay Faraday is connected to this case, and depending on the situation, we may have to consider her as a suspect.
What did you say? There's no way that she did it. It's unthinkable. Kay could never do that, sir.
However, it's true that we have no evidence to deny that claim. It's nothing more than a possibility at the moment. Isn't that right, Miles Edgeworth? Indeed, for better or for worse. It seems like everything's done here. So we just have the logic. Perhaps the keycard the victim was holding is for this room.
I'll go find out, sir. Mr. Edgeworth, from this room's security system, we were able to retrieve the data of the victim's card.
So that means the victim was able to freely enter this room. If the card actually belongs to the victim, of course. Yes, of course. Is there something I'm missing? There is something else. Candelabra, keycard. What else could there be? Oh wait. The actual holes. There doesn't seem to be anything in this pocket.
The pocket has holes in it, sir.
Judging by how the cloth was pierced, she must have been stabbed by some sharp object.
All of your coins would fall out of those holes, sir.
Detective, haven't you ever heard of a wallet?
Of course I have, sir. I just use my pockets, though. Most people do, right?
Never mind. So, the victim's identity remains unknown, and we will leave it off here. We're out of time for this episode. So in the next episode of Miles Edgeworth Ace Attorney Investigations 2 Prosecutor's Path, the inherited, not used to the new case, the Forgotten Turnabout, we are going to further this case, talk to Von Karma most likely, and first order of business is probably to try to identify the victim. So, I'll see you guys later.